YouTube, it's MIgardener, and today we're actually in Chicago. I'm actually building some raised beds for a friend, and we're going to be filling them up, planting them up, and I just kind of want to bring you guys along to show you a raised bed from start to finish. The kind of the square foot method. We're in an urban environment here, so there's definitely not a lot of room, and we're right next to O'Hare Airport, so if you hear a lot of planes going overhead, that's those things. But basically what we're using here for nails is just it's a galvanized deck nail, and they are a 3.5 inch deck nail. And then you'll need a hammer, your wood of choice. We're using 2x8, and we actually got them cut into 4-foot sections, so they're 4 feet by 4 feet, kind of the Mel Bartholomew square garden. But we're going to kind of be doing a twist on the soil mixture that he used, because I don't like adding all the stuff that he adds. I like to keep it very simple, very simplistic. So your kind of your wood of choice, you don't have to do 2x8s, you can do 2x10s. If you like an extra deep garden, you can do 2x12s. That's what I have in my garden. But it really depends on what your soil is like underneath. If the soil underneath is heavy clay and you can't get a whole lot of really good quality soil underneath your beds, you're going to want to go in deeper beds. But the soil here is actually very good, it's very rich. So I decided to go with a cost-effective 2x8, because that way you're going to have 8 inches of really good soil. And then once the grass dies, because we're going to lay down some cardboard here. We're just going to lay down some cardboard. We have bigger pieces than this, but we're going to do cardboard sheet mulching, and it's going to kill off the grass. It's going to feed the plants once the grass breaks down, and also it's going to prevent the grass from growing up inside the beds. And we already have a bed completed behind us, but I wanted to walk you through from start to finish. So we have our pieces cut. 3 sides are already nailed. These are your wood choices here. Oh, by the way, this is pressure treated. However, you can use yellow pine, which is resistant to termites, and you can also use cedar, which is a naturally rot resistant variety of wood. So we're basically just gonna put 4 nails in each end here. All right. I'm just gonna put these nails in here so we can get to the next step. Alright, so basically what we've done here is we've laid down our sheet mulching, and this is just the cardboard sheet mulching, and sure, it doesn't have to look pretty because it's actually just going to mat down the grass. It's going to break down, and then it's actually going to feed the plants once the cardboard breaks down, and then also once the grass breaks down. So what we're going to do here is we have some of this pre-mixed stuff from our bed that we finished, and I'm just going to pour this on here, and I'm going to show you how to make up your mix. All right, let's spread this out here, and our mix is very cheap, very economical, and does about the same thing as the Mel's mix, just without the perlite or the vermiculite, which can run you up quite a bit of money. And yeah, there's some clumps in this one because we actually found out that some of the topsoil that we'll be using, you don't want to necessarily buy from the Home Depot, because they don't have the best quality topsoil. And again, I don't give shout outs for good stuff unless it's actually good stuff. So note to self, don't buy their topsoil. It's very poor quality, and in fact, had I not opened the bag and poured some of it in, I probably would have gotten my money back for it. But it'll work in a pinch. So let's go over here and mix up our mix. Now we have 1 large block of the this is the all organic OMRI listed Spagnum peat moss. This is very nice stuff. It's very loose and fluffy. We have the 1 bag of the cow manure, and then we have 1 bag of mushroom compost, and that's going to be our mix. That's going to do about the exact same thing as the Mel's mix. So we're just going to put this all in here, and then we're going to mix it up, and we're going to layer it in the garden. Alright, so we just finished mixing up the mix here, and we're probably gonna need a little bit more, but this is all we have to work with, so we're just working with what we got, and it looks pretty nice. It's definitely loose, it's black, it looks pretty rich, so we're actually gonna bring it over here and put it into the beds. So now we're just smoothing out this soil here, making sure everything is nice and smooth. Looks really great. Very happy with the way this turned out. And you can actually, if you want, we chose not to do this because it's just a lot of extra work, but if you want nice squares for your square foot garden, you can actually drill some screws in every foot, and then screws in every foot here, and you can actually rope it in. And unfortunately we're not doing that, so I can't really show you how to do that, but that's the beauty about YouTube. There's plenty of other videos on how to rope in your square foot garden. But like I said, I mean, you basically just put a screw every 1 foot, rope it in, and then just tie it off on the other side, and it should be an exact square foot. But like I said, we're just planting it up as it is. We're keeping things very simple, keeping things fun, and that's the way it should be in the garden. So now we're actually gonna grab some plants, and we're gonna plant it up just like how you would with a square foot garden without the ropes. Alright, so the final step here is just planting the plants, and we also have some of my fertilizer here. I'm just gonna put a little drop in each hole where I'm planting, a couple tablespoons, maybe a little bit more than that. And here's gonna be tomatoes, so they're gonna need a little bit more, about a 1/4 cup. And I'm just gonna plant them right in this hole. They will be rather tight in here, but they're gonna do just fine. They're gonna fill out great. And it's rather limited on space, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get all the plants in. So I'm just gonna plant these plants. These are Sweet 100 cherry tomatoes, so they are gonna be a little bit more, they're gonna be a little bit easier to plant tighter together. And again, that's another thing that just comes with kind of common sense gardening, is you don't want to plant things that require a whole lot of space in a tiny space like this. Now we could have put a trellis up here and put some cucumbers, but we actually have those up against a fence, so we are using every ounce of space we have here. I'm strictly talking about just the square foot garden. There's a lot you can do with it, and it makes it very versatile, and you can actually grow quite a bit in this square foot here. So then next we actually have the, what is this? The pimento peppers. And we're just gonna put these here, mix this fertilizer in just a little bit, right where the roots are gonna come in contact with it. Get all those goodies in there. And then we're just going to water it in once we get all these plants planted. We'll show you what it looks like when it's all finished. Alright, so we're all done, and it's that simple. 2 raised beds, the wood, the plants, and the soil, all those combined cost $56. It's super simple and super easy. It's going to get a lot of use, not just the first year. It's going to grow a lot of vegetables, and also I thought I'd mention as well that the first watering is always the most important to keep them from going into plant shock, from transplant shock. And then also, you also want to water a lot because the peat moss does not just really absorb water right away. It takes a lot of water, so the first watering is going to be the most important. And hopefully you guys will try out this method. I think it's very cost effective, works great, and also looks beautiful. So that's all that matters. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys learned something new. Thank you guys for coming along with me on our little field trip here, and I'll talk to you guys later. This is MIgardener, reminding you guys to grow big or go home. See ya. Bye.